What's going on, YouTube? So today's video we're going to be taking a look at a new piece of gear for those of y'all looking to get into studio recording. If you guys are on a budget and you're not willing to invest in something super top of the line, just starting off into your recording journey, then this product might be for you. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Wireless IEM System by JCanol Audio. So hang out, I'm going to unbox this thing, I'm going to give you kind of a brief demo, an overview of this product, and then I'm going to let you know if I think this would be a good fit for y'all. Full disclosure, JCanol Audio did reach out to me for the purpose of this video to unbox and take a look at their wireless in-ear monitoring system. So all these thoughts and opinions are my own. I'm not getting paid to say this. They did, however, send me this product, but you guys are going to get my unbiased review regardless. With that being said, we're going to go top down. I'm going to unbox this thing so you guys get a better idea of what this looks like. We'll come back up top. I'm going to plug it in, and we'll probably play some music through it, and I'll just kind of give you my feedback and thoughts of how it's performing as we're going through it. So let's go to the top down. Alright, so here we have the Wireless IEM system. While I unbox this thing, I'm going to give you guys a couple of specs and information on the system. So let's dive into the box here. Up top, you are greeted with your transmitter and your receiver. Each unit features this nice little screen protector, and you have your signal, peak, power, and mute indicator. On the right side of the transmitter, you have a pair button, as well as your USB-C charging port. On the left side, you have a stereo and mono switch, and your on-off switch. On the back, there is nothing. It says made in China. So these are internal lithium-ion batteries. Up top, you have your 3.5 jack for connecting this to a mixing board or USB interface. That's the transmitter. On the receiver, you have the same screen, signal, peak, power, and mute button. Little screen protector. And then on the right side, you have your pair button, along with your USB-C charging port, and a volume up and down button. On the left side, you have your on-off switch. Pretty simple. Up top, you have your headphone input, 3.5 millimeter. And on the back of this unit, that you can attach to yourself or whatever is nearby, you have this nice, pretty heavy-duty belt clip that has actual foam padding to protect whatever you're clamping it to if it's something that you want to keep from getting scratched. That's a nice touch. First impressions, these units feel really well built. They have some weight to them, which is nice. So this wireless system does operate on a 2.4 gigahertz frequency. So if you're in a heavy saturated environment with Wi-Fi networks, routers, things of that nature, in my experience, I've owned several of not these types of systems, but others that operate on the same frequency, and I've had zero issues. But we're going to test that, and we're going to see if that is the case with these. Also, to note, with these, you have lossless sound, and you can operate these within 164 feet of receiving distance between the receiver and the transmitter. Low noise latency, one key to change mono to stereo input, providing smooth frequency response with any earphones. So that is one thing, you're going to have to provide your own headphones for this receiver. You are also able to connect multiple units, up to 10 channels, with no interference. So if you're in a band and you're doing a live recording, or studio recording, and you have multiple people, You can buy several of these units and link 10 up to one transmitter. So these do feature less than 5 milliseconds latency up to 107 decibels signal noise ratio, which is going to provide a detailed audio at any volume, giving you high resolution 24-bit 48 kilobytes per second clear crystal audio. So without further ado, let's get into more of what's included in this package. So you get your USB-C charging cable for both the transmitter and the receiver. You can plug both of these and charge them at the same time. And then they provide you with 3.5 millimeter auxiliary jack for your transmitter to plug this into whatever device you're going to use it for. So I'm assuming you can use this for a phone, tablet, whatever else, as long as whatever you're recording into has a 3.5 millimeter jack. And if that's not the case, what's even better is they provide you with a 3.5 to quarter-inch adapter. More companies need to do this. Provide this adapter because it's a crucial piece of information and gear that will allow you to adapt these to multiple interfaces. So that's awesome. So you're going to run your 3.5 from your transmitter. So in my case, this is going to plug into my audio interface, and then my in-ear monitors are going to plug into the receiver. Last but not least, you get your little booklet that is going to go over the specifications and all the parameter and product features which are included within these two devices. Alright, so we have our wireless in-ear system. Again, you are going to have to provide your own headphones for these. They do not come with headphones. Let's see if these turn on, and let's pair them up. On the left side, we're going to flip the on-off switch to the on position. If you can see this here. And when they stop blinking, that means they are paired. Just off camera, I just turned these on and paired them just to make sure that everything synced up well. On the side of each of these units, there is a little pair button here. So you're going to press and hold that for 3 seconds until that green light stops blinking. That means your units are paired together. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to plug this over into the interface. We have Studio One pulled up. I just have a track in the background that I'm going to play through this. And then I'm going to kind of hold the in-ears up to the mic and let you guys hear that they are indeed working. And I'll let you know if I notice any latency or dropouts. So if it's going to interfere with anything, it's going to pick it up immediately. So we'll find that out. I'm going to go over here, plug this in, and we'll move on to the next step. So here is the interface that I'm plugged into. You can see it's coming out of this little cable back here that's plugged into the back of the unit. The unit is on. That is the audio interface, the Personas audio box USB 96. And we are going to be running in stereo mode. So right now it is in stereo, and then I could flip it down to mono if I wanted to listen to it in mono, but we're going to leave it in stereo mode for the purpose of this review. So I have the transmitter plugged into the interface. We got our receiver here, and green light is still on. We have our wireless in-ears. We're going to go ahead and plug this into the receiver. So already I can hear signal. And I feel like these are going to be super loud, so I'm going to adjust the volume ahead of time. We're going to go ahead and turn that down. So I'm going to pop one of these out while I hit this track. Alright, so now that the headphone preamp is active on the interface, we're going to plug this in. and I can already hear that it's working, so we're going to bump this volume back down. And when it bottoms out to the lowest level, it's going to beep twice, so you know that it's as low as it goes. Same thing with turning the volume up. So we're going to turn the speakers off and hit play. So one of the first things I'm noticing about this already is that there's a very clear bass presence. I don't know if that's the in-ears I'm using or the units itself, but it's delivering a very crystal clear, high quality audio. So I'm going to go over to transmitter, I'm going to switch it to mono and see if that changes anything real quick. Again, watching a video, it's going to be hard to translate how good the audio sounds, but for the price point that you're going to pay for these, the audio sounds amazing. It sounds really good. Yeah. Super, super great quality. I am very impressed with this set. First initial impressions. Crazy. So right now I have the units muted, so on the transmitter you can see that little blue light. It shows you that it's muted. It doesn't do that on the receiver, but on the transmitter it will let you know when it's muted. You'll hear it obviously in your ears when it's muted, but first impression of this wireless in-ear monitoring system, for I think like $60 you're paying for this. $50, $60 I believe. I'm going to put the actual price like right here. Sound quality, performance, I didn't notice any dropouts, as you could hear. Again, in a video it's really hard to translate the audio that's being delivered from this set. I'm quite impressed. I've bought cheaper units like this, not these exactly, but just general no-name products, and the audio was very tinny, echoey, and empty sounding, where this is high quality, good audio. Like, I'm impressed. If I was on a budget and I was looking for something like this, I would definitely recommend these because the audio is that good. Again, first initial impressions, no complaints at all. I'm excited to actually use these in a couple of live settings. I'm going to put a link down in the description where you guys can check these out for yourself if you are in the market looking for a wireless in-ear monitoring system. You're not wanting to spend a whole ton of money, but you want quality. Quality for me is the most important thing, and I would not be making this video if I didn't think these products were worth putting out there. They do feel good. Again, if you're touring or you're gigging, I don't know the durability wise what you'll get out of these. Your miles may vary, but for general home studio recording and production, these are going to be great for that purpose. Again, I'm going to put a link where you guys can check these out down in the description if you are in the market looking for something like this and you don't want to spend a ton of money for an initial investment, or you're looking to replace previous wireless IEM system. Links will be in the description. Go check them out. Again, JCanol Audio Wireless IEM System. You guys hit it out of the park. I'm super impressed with that. I didn't have super high expectations, but again, with these kind of videos, you don't want to have expectations going into these things. So that being said, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, below is a link where you can click on, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for post notifications. You'll be notified anytime I upload a future video. If you guys got any value out of this video, or you guys have questions, put them down in the comments. Feel free to let me know what you guys thought. With that being said, I want to thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.